Hi, my name is Barry Hendrick, and I'm a Zúme facilitator. And I want to share with you some of my story in hopes that it might inspire you to consider Zúme as a disciple-making tool, because it has certainly helped me. In fact, I look back on the last year and I see that God has produced, numbers-wise, more fruit in the last year through me sharing Zúme with people than in all of my previous years combined. It's been that good. And I wanted to tell you the story about how it happened. Back in my 20s, I was, introduced to the idea that what if one Christian led one person to the Lord and even spent a whole year befriending them, encouraging them, equipping them, training them, so that they could lead someone to the Lord the next year, and then the two would become four, and it would multiply to 8, 16, 32. How many times would that need to happen before the whole world could hear the gospel of Jesus? And the answer was about 34 years, one generation. And that grabbed my heart so much that even while I was getting my call to ministry, I told God, I said, God, I will trade all of my ideas for what I think my ministry ought to look like. I'll trash it all, God. I'll make a deal with you. If you'll just put a few people in my life every year that I can lead to the Lord, befriend, encourage, equip, and train so we can multiply, I feel like that's the best and highest use of my life. And certainly God's been faithful to do that. And it's been a long course, and because of my own weakness, my own lack of experience and own lack of leadership, I've had a lot of false starts with that. I've been through some dry seasons. I've been through a few fruitful seasons too. But about a year and a half ago, I had already discovered Zúme. I'd begun teaching it, and I was teaching it online, and a guy from South Sudan signed up, Pastor Ezekiel. And he had already been through Zúme, several times, was already being coached by a Zúme trainer. And but for some reason, this time when he took it, some things clicked that hadn't before. And he went out, started sharing the gospel with people. Lots of people came to the Lord. Within a couple of months, we saw 150 people come to the Lord. He started training all those people, and we built a leadership team and started planting simple churches. And it just looked like the book of Acts. It's a revival like something I've never seen before, and it's great. So I just wanted to say that Zúme was a big part of that. I've been trying to make disciples and multiply disciples my whole life, and yet I think Zúme was kind of the linchpin that I needed just to get over that last hurdle so that I could become more and more fruitful. So with that in mind, I just want to say, if that's your mindset, if you're someone who is dreaming of making more disciples and multiplying those disciples and seeing the gospel get to every part of planet Earth, really consider this. Pray about it. Take the course if you haven't taken it. Learn to facilitate it. And watch and see what God might do through your ministry as we all work together to get the gospel to every single person on earth.